Okay. Fine. Ever since my GTA 5 video got quite a bit of attention, thank you Reddit. After that video came out, the comment section in that video was practically everyone screaming,
"Do Red Dead Redemption now. The NPCs have real lives. Just do it, you piece of shit."
And so, 9 months later, I finally did it. So what was the goal of this video? Was it to follow another 100 NPCs, maybe 200 NPCs, maybe the entire fucking population of St. Denis, which I think is about 2,500 people? My goal was to hang out in this world for a long period of time and just see where the world takes me. So instead, I went bigger. I spent 1 whole month of in-game days. That's right, 1 whole month playing this game to see what I could find. Could I break the AI? Will the AI break me? Yes to both of those things. And so, we start this journey in a shithole called Strawberry. Okay, it's not that bad of a place. It's got a nice river, I guess. But there was this one dog that was shitting everywhere when I arrived, which kind of gave me the warm and welcoming greeting that I wanted when I come into a town. Still, it makes for the perfect first town to get started in. It's not too big, but it has enough going on to make it interesting. Mostly, the people here just seem to be building stuff or working on the mining equipment. In Strawberry, there is this one guy that you'll notice immediately because he's really trying his best to preach the word of the Lord.
Life is but a blink, and eternity isn't a blink. It's a lot of blinks.
But like I mentioned, half the town is under construction in this area, which gives us a great selection of working class NPCs to start following. Which brings me to a man who has one very specific job, a man I like to call Plank Man. Plank Man has one job and one job only. He's moving those stack of planks over there. He's actually moving the stack of planks from here all the way up the hill to here. Plank Man is anything but a simple man. Let's start off with the pickup location. Video game NPCs have a hard enough time navigating tight spaces without giving away that they are in fact just the T-1000s in cowboy hats. But for some godforsaken reason, I just don't know why, his planks are located right here. Squeezed between a butcher stall, a trader, a wagon, a ladder, some wooden posts, some boxes, and a cat. I actually felt sorry for the guy, if I'm being honest, navigating with a heavy plank on your shoulders with all this mess going around. Not to mention there's like 10 planks he has to move as well. Having said that, Plank Man doesn't make it easy on himself. But the first part of the observation report, it's not stalking, I swear, it's not. He decides his optimal route is to go over this bridge, past this random horse that refuses to move for some reason, go up this hill, take some stairs awkwardly, take some more stairs awkwardly, and then finally make it to the destination. But here is the first thing that I have noticed. He takes a lot of breaks. I mean a lot of breaks. I'm talking like moving one plank, then taking a break, then moving another plank, then taking another break. The man is one plank per break, basically, to the point where he would walk all the way down the hill, back to the pile of wood, only to apparently get a notification to take 5 minutes. Then he walks all the way back up the hill, empty-handed, just to sit around with his mates contemplating his life choices. Woodwork, more like wooden work. Why is the camera still on me? And while I was watching all of this incompetence, I couldn't help but notice this goddamn cat with a can-do attitude, acting like a literal wood chipper. It is doing more work for free, might I add, than all of these lads combined. Hi, NPC Science Dan here. Let's actually pause at this stage of the video and talk about the science of NPCs and what we've learned from observing Plankman. Plankman belongs in a category that I like to call the doer NPCs. Whenever you arrive in a town, technically everyone has a role to play on this stage. For a lot of NPCs, Plankman included, It usually involves a unique looping action that only they do in that town. Then you have others that just walk around the place round and round endlessly. But here is the genius scientifically proven part of this. Nearly all of them will stop to take a break. They'll lean on a post. They'll sit down on a bench in between tasks. Plankman is exactly the same. And we saw this earlier. He makes his way all the way down the hill and decides, you know what? I'm on break. Walks all the way back up to the hill to one of 2 or 3 designated resting spots, sits down and basically brain rots himself on TikTok. And this dedication extends itself into nighttime as well. But there's something deeply unsettling about Plankman after dark. The guy just doesn't sleep. He just hangs out here, standing in front of the exact spot where he delivers the wood. The man is relentless. He's always thinking about wood. The next morning, he's back at it, though this time he takes a completely different route to the pile. But that's when I noticed something terrifying. We were down to the last 4 planks of wood, and this got me thinking, what happens when the pile runs out? Does he find a new job? Does he help his mates? Does a fresh pile just magically spawn in so the cycle can continue? Or do we really go high level here? Does a man from out of town physically deliver a new pile of wood to allow Plankman to continue being Plankman? But if Plankman's entire existence relies on another NPC, what happens if the delivery driver, never makes it? Does Plankman stop having a job? And who are the planks for when he drops them off? Is there a Plankman 2? Does Plankman 2 rely on Plankman 1, who relies on a delivery driver who gets the wood from somewhere else? Oh, what am I doing in my life again? You know what actually happens? This. What does he do now? He has no job. No planks have appeared. No one is delivering new ones. Well, he does the only other thing he knows what to do.
Apparently, it's just the intro. I'm bored as fuck right now.
So what have I learned in Strawberry? Phantom wood. Everyone takes breaks every 5 minutes. I'm slowly maybe losing my mind. Again, I think it's about time I left here for a little bit. At this point in my journey, I felt like it was time to look outside the town borders. I wanted to follow people who are actually leaving the town of Strawberry and see what we could learn. Already, I'm getting flashbacks to GTA 5 and following people in cars and wondering, are they going to drive like maniacs? Are they going to go around in endless circles? But I found this man and his horse leaving town, so I decided to follow him and see where he went. Okay. So I decided to follow this guy who is leaving the river with his horse and... Right. So I decided to follow this guy in the... Oh, come on now! I ended up going back to Strawberry. Or here again. The wilderness was apparently just culling the population, but I found something interesting. This guy was loading up a carriage with sacks from the trader shop, and when he was done, he actually left town with the goods. Maybe we can track him, see if he unloads it in another town. Just like Plankman, he has a starting point, so maybe he has a destination. I follow this guy for what seems like ages. Through wind, rain, darkness, fog, the guy never stops traveling. So I get a little bit closer to him. Not like that, but you know what I mean. I think you know where this goes. Nowhere. It goes absolutely nowhere. He would not stop, so I thought better of it. I gave up on the chase, back to the hotel room, and gave myself a good long hard stare in the mirror.
Ah, you ugly bastard. You're getting old and kinda sad. No wonder they all leave you, sour-faced idiot. You ain't fooling no one.
Hey, hang on a minute. That's it. That's new. That's interesting. So when the AI gets spooked, they literally drop their job to survive. And their survive the player coding takes over. The illusion breaks. Success. Still, I felt like my time in Strawberry had come to an end. I kept hitting dead ends, plus the local wildlife was starting to really piss me off. The next place I needed to go had to be very different. A place with so much detail and potential that I wouldn't just be going around in circles. A place where there would be something interesting on every single corner. So I booked my ticket and made my way. Step off the train and I'm immediately met with plank men, loads of them, all with their own piles of wood, all with their own destinations, casually walking past each other and having full conversations while they work. St. Denis is one of my favorite places in all of video game history. Most people who play Red Dead Redemption 2 don't reach this city until quite late in the story, but when you do, dear lord, is it worth it? It's the most populated area in the game, which isn't surprising. But it's not just populated for the sake of it being populated. There is so much variety in what the NPCs are doing here. One of the first things I stumbled upon was this boat. Well, it wasn't really the boat I was interested in. It was the way it was being loaded up. Up until now, I was used to the idea of NPCs doing their own isolated actions. But here, we have a boat being loaded up by not just one, not two, but 3 different guys. Well, 4 if you count this guy, but he ain't doing shit. But watch how they move. They actually wait for each other to pass on this tiny wooden bridge because it's too narrow for 2 people. It's the little tiny collision details like that that make it so great. Another thing that got me really interested was the street cleaners in the actual streets of St. Denis. In older games, an NPC would just spawn in with a broom glued to their hand, and when you look away, they vanish or they just carry on doing what they're doing. But watch what happens here. When the street cleaner finishes his shift, he doesn't just despawn, he physically leaves the broom leaning against a wall, and then a few minutes later, an entirely different NPC will walk up, pick up that exact same broom, and start sweeping. The cycle continues. The NPCs are literally sharing tools to keep the city moving, or make it look like it's running, I guess. Even the weather changes things. When it rains, everyone actually scrambles to hang out under cover. But one of the most interesting things I spotted in the city was this police officer chasing a suspect. Now, I wasn't super interested at first. It's a random timed event, and I'm sure it happens a lot in the game to other people, and they've seen this a lot of times. But to my surprise, the cop actually catches up with him and knocks him out. Now, 99.9% of players at this stage would have just completely ignored this. They would have sided with the guy who's being chased, or they would have punched the police officer. But I watched the officer pick up an unconscious body, and it gave me an idea. We've seen the strict routes that these NPCs have. Some have set destinations, some just walk in endless circles. So I had to know, is this cop actually going to carry this guy all the way back to the station and put him in jail? Or is he just going to carry this guy forever until I get bored watching him carrying this guy? Both are entirely plausible at this point. So I followed him. sure enough, he brings the guy all the way back to the police station where he just dumps him on the floor. He does nothing else. And then he threatens me for some reason. I don't know why.
Do as I say or I will put you down, you hear me? Are you just gonna take that?
Sorry. I don't know this area so well.
Right, so just like in GTA 5, the police are kind of a little bit broken. Certainly less broken than GTA 5. Having said that, earlier, for no reason at all, I started to break into people's homes. I scared this one NPC by simply walking into her garden. She ran into me.
Excuse me.
And to my surprise, an officer was standing right there, and he kept the peace. See? To be honest, after that, I just decided to unleash the end of video chaos that I normally do.
Viking is Viking in the village.
As my nana used to say, nothing new under the sun.
I give up.
So what do we actually learn from all of this? There's obviously a ton more I could have shown regarding NPC behavior in Red Dead Redemption 2, but I think I'll save that for another time. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a massive game, and people are still finding new details today. I've played Red Dead Redemption 2 before, as I said, but this was the first time I really sat down to study everything in this game. And yeah, I always found the NPCs to be super advanced, like, holy shit, this is crazy behavior, because they all actually have something to contribute to the world. The word routine got thrown around a lot in my comment section and online about Red Dead Redemption 2's NPCs. If you watched my GTA 5 NPC video, we concluded that everything in Los Santos is a facade. It's only there because you are standing close to it. Leave the area for a brief second and the NPC will vanish, replaced by another random spin of the roulette wheel. Even if a guy is lifting weights for 12 hours and the second you look away, he ceases to exist. That's the big difference with NPCs between GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead focuses on giving everyone a specific role on a stage. In GTA, the NPCs are just window dressing to populate the pavement. I would say it's more personal in Red Dead Redemption 2. The characters feel grounded. You actually remember people in different towns. And yes, I get that in the end, it is still a video game. The NPCs are there just for the sake of being there. But while in theory the map may be smaller and the population smaller in Red Dead Redemption 2 compared to GTA 5, I definitely felt like the entire world felt more alive than a modern day city. And that, to me especially, is what makes this game so damn special. Until this game comes out and makes this video completely redundant.